Greetings again and welcome to the United Hotspot, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. It's just 4 minutes past the hour of 10. Where are you catching us from? It's a Friday. Okay. Friday is my favorite show, guys. It's my favorite show because, there are no rules on this one. Guys, don't bring your seriousness here. There is not so much seriousness on a Friday. Chill a bit and relax. I mean, it's Luton we are facing. Why the pressure? Why the pressure, guys? It's Luton, for crying out loud. It's Luton. We've got to beat this Luton. Andre Onana and Harry Maguire have just got to show up. Without Lisandro Martinez and Luke Shaw, they have just got to show up. Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. Welcome to this show. It's been, I've been eager, by the way, for this show. I don't know why. I've just been too excited for this show today. I don't even know why. I've just had my cold shower and I feel fresh like a newborn. You seem very happy. It's nice, man. I'm very happy. I don't even know why, but because I'm too sure that we are going to be beating up on this Luton. And guys, I've just had my cold shower and I've just been singing all the way. There's this song since morning. This song, Alfred Sandway. You're telling me I've seemed very happy. And it's nice, man. I'm a happy lad. That's why I support Manchester United. I don't care whether they beat us or batter us. I don't care. I will be happy. How about now when we are winning games for fun? We've got news concerning our team. We've got some more updates, developments coming through, talking about Sajim and how they are planning already to reconstruct and renovate this Old Trafford. The plans are big and they have been approved. This guy is moving faster than a bolt. But let me tell you about my shower, guys. I've been singing. This song has been in my head the whole day today. I don't know why, but trust me, I'm going to sing it. I'll sing. But if you can't, just dance with me from where you are. Oh! One more game. Give me just one more game. A million more game, cause we can't win without you. Onana, one more game. Give me just one more game. A million more game, cause we can't. One more game. Look, sure, there's still a chance you can come for Sunday game. Oh, a million more game, cause we can't live without you. One more game. Holland, 3 more goals. Give us just 3 more goals. Oh, a million more goals. Cause we can't win without you. Garnacho, 1 more goal. Give us just 1 more goal. This is our 1 more goal. Cause we can't win without you. 1 more goal. Ten Hag. Oh, give us a mad Ten Hag. 1 more game for Ahmad Diallo. My goodness. Welcome again to the United Hotspot. It's a Friday show. It's all about happiness and party. I don't know. Guys, pray for me, but from here, I might run out to the nearest nightclub because I'm in a good mood. I don't even know why, but I love it. Don't you mind about me. Let's get proper into this Manchester United talk. If United is going to beat Luton, 2 players are going to be key in our performance. That's Andre Onana and Harry Maguire. If they show up the way they did against Aston Villa, trust you me, it's going to be party time. The party will start from Luton, from Kenilworth Road. That's where the party will start. But there is news, guys. There is news coming through. Let me show it to you. There is big news, exciting plans. Exciting. Listen, the key word in this is exciting plans. This is breaking news. You've not heard this anywhere. Exciting plans announced to regenerate area around Media City and Manchester United's ground. Exciting and ambitious plans to regenerate an area neighboring Media City and surrounding Manchester United's Old Trafford Stadium are to be consulted on by the Trafford Council. The Council's draft Trafford Wharfside Master Plan offers a vision for the Trafford Wharfside area as a key emerging neighborhood over the next 15 years. The Trafford Wharfside Development Framework has been prepared by the Council in discussion with major landowning partners, including Peel and of Manchester United and Salford City. Manchester United and Salford City Council. Guys, the plans are huge. If I'm to show you an image of how they want to change the area they want to change. It includes the stadium, Old Trafford, but all the surroundings. Guys, these are the exact things we are crying for with the Glazers. Guys, one more gym. Give me just one more gym. Oh, a million more gym. Because we can't live without you. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is on the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is the United we've been all waiting for. Well, let's get now proper into the football talk. Guys, if Manchester United is going to win against Luton, we've got to have a solid backline. There is no doubt, there is no question about the goals. Our boys will score the goals. Rasmus Højlund will score. Garnacho will score. We'll see goals from wherever. Rashford can score. Bruno, it's been a minute. When is the last time Bruno Fernandes scored a goal for Man United? I think he scored a beautiful one in the FA Cup against Newport. That's the last one. But in the Premier League, I don't even recall. This is the time for Bruno Fernandes to score. We love it when Bruno scores. Our captain, we love him when he's leading with goals, don't we? Well, I think this is the time. I told you success for Man United against Luton should be an obliteration without a response. We should beat them without a response. No conceding goals. But Harry Maguire and Andre Onana have got to be on their best games, because we certainly know that the left-hand side of the pitch, the left will be leaking, could be leaking a bit, and obviously Luton are going to come to exploit the left, because they know that's where the weakness is. You saw how Aston Villa were all over Victor Lindelof like a skin rash from the start of the second half, until I don't know whether their boss Unai Emery had staked on this game, and they had staked on United winning, because the moment he pulled out Bailey, we got breathing space. But these guys were killing us. Well, this time around, it may not be the case. So of course, Harry Maguire should be on the same game he was on at Aston Villa, perhaps even better. So is Andre Onana. If these two, and guys, I asked you a question there. In your view, do you think Andre Onana has picked his form? Do you think Onana has come now? Is this the Onana we paid £50 million for? Do you feel like he is the one now? Have you got the belief now? Do you believe in him? Are you confident in him? Let me know what you think as I will get on with this. Now, of course, the comments section is in place. Forgotten Man United star said to be offered transfer escape route after just 5 months and 1 appearance for the Red Devils. Now, do you know who that is? Altel Bayindil. There are reports suggesting that Altel Bayindil could want to leave Manchester United in the summer. A heartbreaking update, because we do want to have serious goalkeepers in all departments, but Bayindil apparently prefers to be playing. He feels like he should be playing more. He didn't sign to sit on the bench like the Sergio Romero was with David De Gea. So he feels he has not been given enough opportunities. So apparently, Altel Bayindil is thinking of moving on, and there are teams like Galatasaray that is being linked with and the likes. But again, it's early days for us to think about that. We've got a serious game to focus on. Now, Alfred Sendwe, I've seen your questions. You seem very happy. It's nice. Thank you so much, brother. I'm happy indeed. Alfred Sendwe is still saying, confirm Erik ten Hag leaving during the summer. Is it true or false? It's not confirmed by anyone. No one is talking about ten Hag leaving now, guys. That's not the news we want now. That is not what we are up to. No. It is not yet confirmed by anyone. It's not yet confirmed by anyone. It is a rumor, and it's not true. It's not true. So guys, just forget about that. Ten Hag leaving is not about to happen until the end of the summer. They assess our performance, where we'll have finished, and they see what exactly to do with him. That's Ineos, to see exactly what his future will be like. But there is nothing like that for now. There's nothing like that for now. So let's just focus on Erik ten Hag for now until the end of the season. Although Dan Ashworth does have good relationships with Newcastle's owners, he's understood to be frustrated with the manner in which they have to approve every decision, sometimes slowly. Now, things are beginning to be revealed. This is the Guardian talking about the situation with Dan Ashworth. Of course, all this is, trying to push through a faster move for him to be released by Newcastle United, who want money. There's also a report that Man United are interested in Matthew Stell and have made contact with Bayern of a possible move. Well, these reports, guys, don't take most of these. We will be linked with every player. We will be linked with a lot of players. But let me show you this image I wanted to show you the master plan of the area that is about to be that they want to improve, the area around Old Trafford that they do want to improve. Let me just show it to you, because it's important, guys, for us to understand that as we focus on the football, a lot of other things are going on around Manchester United. A lot of other things are going on around the club. So this is the area, and I'll explain it to you. This is the area. So if you look at that, if you can see there, that's where Old Trafford is. You see that small, you see the red line. That's the whole area that they're going to improve, and it includes Old Trafford. So what Sajim wanted to do is, and he's already seeking for partners to support him, that he wants to improve that Old Trafford, or if possible, just destroy it and build something new, something hitherto unseen. So puts that amazing facility, and then renovate the whole area around that Old Trafford. You see how old it looks now. You might think it's because it's a distant shot, but that's exactly that's how old Old Trafford looks. So the name is not by mistake. The all buildings look old, the streets, everything looks old but classy. Like I told you, this is one of the oldest cities in the UK. Manchester is one of the oldest cities in the UK, but we want to give it a new face. Him is on the wheel, and he's all about class. He doesn't want these, odd looking things, stinking edge. No. Well, we can keep the history, but polish it up to look appealing. That's what they want to do. So that's the plan that has been. So that's the boundary, the area boundary, and you can see it includes Old Trafford and those areas around. So many places there, around there. So beautiful stuff to see. Beautiful stuff. There is Stretford behind there, and of course a couple of other areas around. So we'll see what happens, but that's an update that I just wanted to drop to you. But let's get proper into the game. Let's talk the football, guys. Let's talk the football. Let's calm down now and talk about the football, because we've got a serious game to concentrate on. So Luke Shaw is not going to play. He didn't train today. I was watching footage from the training today, and I was trying to get an idea of who could start in the game on Sunday, and maybe tomorrow we can have a better idea. But from the training today, I think there might not be big changes. I think Victor Lindelof will still start on the left. I saw him training with the team. You see, you can tell who is going to start if you just study the footage of the training properly. You can tell who could start. Most of the last trainings, you can easily try to tell. There is worry though, and I will verify this. There is a concern though that Kobe Maino could be rested and Scott McTominay starts. There is that possibility that Kobe could be rested and Scott McTominay starts against Luton. Honestly, whereas that is not something we would want to see. Honestly, for the longest time for me, the energy I get to watch a Man United game comes from seeing Kobe. If Kobe is not there, I fall sick. I don't have the guts to watch a United game. I only watch it because I have to do a watch along with you, or because I have to react to it as part of my commitment to you. But the reality is, if Kobe is not on the team sheet, it's draining. But let's also look at it from the other side. Whereas he's our most important player and we love him, the boy looked tired against Aston Villa. He needs a rest, maybe. He needs to rest for some time. He has been playing so much football ever since his emergency. So there's a bit of that concern that he could be rested and maybe come on as a substitute if things don't go well. Erik ten Hag can always bring him on quick. But I wouldn't be shocked if our midfield had either Christian Eriksen starting with Casemiro or Scott McTominay starting with Casemiro. That's a change we could anticipate. That's a change we could look forward to. We could see. But if it happened, I wouldn't be shocked. Would I be a little disappointed? Yes, I would, because I would want Luton. Is he going to rest against Man City? So you want to keep him fresh for the bigger games that are coming. Give him that bit of rest and let him also, let his feet recover. Of course, you can say he's a young player, but exactly, he's too young. He's not just a young player. If he were 22, 23, that's a bit better. But we are talking of an 18-year-old. This boy is just 18, but he has got a huge load on him. And the ground he covers because of his style, from running from holding midfield to go up top in the boxes, scoring goals, and he's always fighting, putting off people. He uses a lot of energy. Whereas he has it, it has got to be conserved. So honestly, that for me is a change I could expect. But regardless, I think we should be able to beat Luton. Scott might be starting. That's for me a change I'm predicting. Scott could start together with Casemiro in the middle, or Eric Ten Hag might choose to start Eriksen together with Casemiro and Bruno, but most likely it could be Scott in the event that they choose to rest Kobe. Would you feel sad about that? You can let me know. Now, let me show you an interesting stat, guys. We've been bashing Andre Onana so much, and we did not probably give him his flowers properly in the last game against Aston Villa. Let me use stats to show you how Onana was good against Aston Villa. Look at this. This is Andre Onana's Premier League this season. It's not just the game against Aston Villa, but this season, these are his stats, guys. And we've been bashing him. He has conceded 50 goals and all. But look at those stats. In 24 games that he has played every game in the Premier League he has played. He has been there. He has made 86 saves. Now, only 2 goalkeepers have made more saves than him. He's third. That's a save percentage of 74.6%. He's third with that percentage. He has kept 7 clean sheets. Now you can struggle to recall where are those 7. 7, including the reverse fixture against Luton, including the West Ham game. Now those are the ones I can recall top of mind. I would struggle to remember the rest because the ones where he considered silly goals are a lot more than the clean sheets. But you realize that he has kept the second most highest clean sheets, the second most clean sheets in the Premier League this season. That's Andre Onana, 2 of them. You see? Then his goals prevented, 3.47 goals prevented. He's ranking number 3. That's the goalkeeper we've been bashing all season. That's the goalkeeper we've been bashing all season. Now, stats don't lie, especially when it comes to a goalkeeper. You're as good as or as bad as how many goals you concede or how many saves you make or fail to make. Honestly, if you're ranking number 3 and number 2 and number 3, really, you're not the worst goalkeeper, are you? So that's why I say, and that's why I posed that question, has Onana picked his form? Because we know what he's capable of. We know, and you see, even at his worst, if he's having such stats, how poor are the other goalkeepers? Because this guy has been playing in a team that's leaking goals. We've conceded 33 goals. We've leaked, but he has saved us from a lot more. He has conceded 50 altogether in all competitions. In the Premier League alone, he has conceded 33 goals. Now, and we have scored as many. So you can't say he's our worst player, really, because him alone, he has swallowed as many goals as the entire team has scored. So that shouldn't be on him, really. It shows that the entire team is bad. I'm now being Onana's advocate. And it doesn't take away the fact that he has made some silly mistakes, he has considered certain silly goals. Expect from all of us, Andre Onana. That's the reality. So those are his stats. Don't be surprised at the end of the season when he's the best goalkeeper. But you see, the Man United squad has looked so bad that we make our goalkeepers look so bad. Think about David De Gea for the decades he was at Man United. Think about him and the years after Sir Alex Ferguson left and the teams he was playing in. Think about the howlers he made, but also recall how many times he saved us with his leg. How he used to leave his leg behind to save us from so many goals because of poor defending. So you realize that if the team is bad, it is going to obviously kill the confidence of the goalkeeper and they will make the goalkeeper be bad. When the team returned and it looked improved, Andre Onana immediately improved his game by a mile. So before we go and have an unfair scrutiny of Andre Onana, I think it's only right that we look within and beyond him and admit that we've got a lot of weak areas to work on. You can't have such stats. You can't have such stats as an individual and you're rated as the worst goalkeeper in the league and people just keep making howlers of you. The only unfair bit is that with goalkeepers it's so unfair because you're the last man and any single mistake you make, it's a goal which is going to cost and change the entire game. But Onana hasn't been as bad. He deserves some bit of respect. For me, I needed to emphasize that But those are his stats now. If we can just capitalize on that performance against Aston Villa and maintain his vision, because as we look at the team and its general performance, we've also got to focus on individuals, because the individuals make the team anyway. If the individuals are individually doing their work and doing well, if Onana is doing good in goal, if Harry Maguire is clearing and fighting for every ball and winning every duel, if Varane is stepping up his game by playing on the left and balancing himself properly, if Kobe Maino is covering his spaces properly, Casemiro is not fouling players for no reason, if Bruno Fernandes is not wasting balls and playing haphazard passes and being more precise with his passing, if Garnacho is being more generous and passing the ball to Højlund, if Højlund is being more clinical as an individual, if Marcus Rashford stops being careless and running carelessly like a headless chicken and runs with more focus and plays with a better attitude, the whole team then, if Erik ten Hag then makes the right decisions, player selections and tactics in the game, then the whole team will inadvertently look good. So the strength of the team is in the individuals, whereas we also know that the strength of each individual is in the team. That's, I think, a basic of teamwork. The strength of each individual is in the team, but the strength of each of the team is also in the individuals. But if our individuals are stepping up the way they've been looking, they keep that rhythm. We've got to beat Luton. There should be no excuse for us not to beat Luton. And I don't care which changes. And by the way, I low-key would love, whereas I love Kobe and I want him to see him start games. Kobe can rest. I was the first person to think he needed to rest, because in the first half, I hate to see Kobe not performing at his best. It's painful for me, really. I feel bad because I know there are people out there who will go on social media and have a good day because Kobe was not having a good game. They won't care whether he has played so much football for his age and he's tired. So I would be okay if the manager protected him and from himself and rested him, because he couldn't run. His position and his style of play requires a lot of energy and running. So rest him and start your Scott if you have to. But regardless who starts for me, Man United should be able to obliterate Luton. We should be able to obliterate Luton with or without a Luke Shaw, with or without Lisandro Martinez, with or without a naturally footed player in our defense. We should be able to beat Luton. There's no question about that. But every player, every individual must step up. Dalot should maintain his form. He has been looking improved by the day against even tougher opponents. Why not maintain that against Luton? Why not? That's for me. That's what I expect from United. So I will not go into these players we are being linked with. I will not go into the transfer talk and the speculations, honestly, because I think it's early days for that. I think the only one transfer now that's pending for Man United is that of Dan Ashworth. I think that's the only pending one now. I won't go into the Frank de Jong, who Javi has said they have got to discuss. The club will discuss with him at the end of contract. I know people would have wanted to know about Frankie de Jong because there have been a bit of rumors about him today. There is talk, by the way, that Madrid are planning to sign both Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland. We wouldn't care the least about that. For me, seeing what Madrid is doing, just for me, just sort of gets me wanting to see Man United also turn up in these conversations with big players. Our CEO is trending on Twitter, and he was explaining the video of him explaining the tiki-taka, and he said that the CEO Omar Berada is eager to appoint a deputy CEO and has spoken to at least one person in football finance about the role. Well, that's according to the Guardian. Well, that's a report coming through. It is also said now they have reported that the Ineos spoke to Ralf Rangnick for some time and consulted with him on the real problem as they were coming up with a report. We know that Ineos have just come up with a report about, they have done a proper dissection of the issues at Man United, and they had to consult Ralf Rangnick. I think we have not given Ralf Rangnick enough credit. People were just dissing him for how the team was playing, but I think his job was really, he was brought in to study and make a report on the problem at Man United. That's his expertise, really. He was never a coach because he has never really managed any serious team. I think they brought him to just come and just look at, he was like a spy. brought in to come and study this team, make his report and leave. And it's on that report that Ineos has built whatever they have built. The lack of structure and what have you, because it's difficult to get that from Jose Mourinho and all, because a coach like Jose Mourinho will only be concentrating on winning. For Rajnik, it was never about winning. Studying this team and trying to understand where the problem is. Is it attitude of the players? Is it lack of talent and stuff? Which has been so significant in what Ineos is doing, and you want to give him that credit, even in his absentia. But yeah, back to the game proper. For me, if Erik ten Hag gets the tactics right, we should be winning this one. So my prediction of the game, again, I think rather Rasmus Højlund should score. We should be on a hat trick. Alfred, you asked about Ten Hag leaving in the summer. It's not. I've not heard it anywhere. I've not seen it anywhere. I don't know where you got that. But again, I respect your sources. But for me, I don't know about it. I've not heard it. I've not seen it. I've not read about it. I've not dreamt about it. And just know for me, I spend my entire day following Manchester United, WhatsApping people, making calls, reading websites, watching videos, analyzing the team, reading books. My entire day is spent on Manchester United. So if I have not seen it, high chances it's a far-fetched rumor. Or maybe I read all the wrong things and I don't focus on the right things, but I've not heard of it anywhere that Manchester United, that they have confirmed that Erik ten Hag is leaving in the summer. I've not heard of it. Alfred Sendwe, sir, not from me. Anolin Aliguma, how are you doing, fam? Good to have you. Good evening to you. How are you doing? Are you all right? Well, yeah, we are looking at our boys. Guys, respond to the question. Has Onana picked his form, or is it early days for us to start even thinking about? I think a good goalkeeper needs a long time to make the turnaround. I think for me, for as long as the good players are in front of Onana and we reduce the number of times he's exposed, he's going to come good, and he can do it consistently if he regains his form. So for me, I actually think he has picked his form already. I think so, because of the movements, the instincts, because what the things that define a good goalkeeper are the instincts. Are your instincts good? Is your game reading good? Are you concentrated? All that. He's concentrated, important. His instincts are good, reflexes, or if I would call it that, his reflexes looked good in the last game against Aston Villa. Why not? And he was checked, he got questions, he was asked so many questions and he was answering them. He came up and headed balls when he had to, he was passing when he had to. For me, he was near perfect, and that's why I was still insist he was cheated of his man of the match accolade. But maybe Luton will be the one. But we don't want the goalkeeper to be our goalkeeper to be our man of the match against Luton. Onana can be the man of the match against Arsenal or Man City, but not against Luton, or Liverpool, but not against Luton. It means they are coming at us so much. We shouldn't let them get to him. He should be on holiday. Let the man rest. He has needed some rest for a long time. Let this Luton game be his opportunity to rest in goal. Let the players in front of him do their work. If they do that, he also comes to the party with a few questions that is asked, if any. Harry Maguire comes to the party. Man United will be looking good. I also saw Johnny Evans, and he looked like he trained well. It could also be a possibility. Another possible change, I think, would be probably Evans starting ahead of Rafael Varane. It's possible, because again, I was trying to study the training footage. But tomorrow we'll get a proper idea of who will start. Tomorrow we'll have a proper idea. In the night show, I will be able to come here and sort of give you my predicted starting 11. But yeah, that's pretty much about United. How many clean sheets does Onana have? Let me just show you the stats again. 7 clean sheets, brother. Anolin, let me just play it for you again. These are Onana's stats. You people are disrespecting Onana. This is how Onana looks in the Premier League this season. This is just the Premier League, okay? So in the bracket is his ranking with the rest of the 20 goalkeepers in the Premier League. He has played 24 games, meaning he has played all games. He hasn't missed any. He has made 86 saves. That is the third best of all 20 goalkeepers in the league. He ranks number 3 when it comes to saves. His save percentage is 74.6%. Hmm? 74.6% save percentage. That in terms of clean sheets, he's ranking number 2. Then he has prevented 3.47 goals and he's ranking number 3. 3.47 goals, he's ranking number 3. You still tell me that Onana is as bad as we've made him look, or was actually this team so bad that he has actually been so good in a very bad team? Is Onana so bad, or has he been so good in a very bad team that has also made him look so bad? Eh? You know, if you're playing among a largely bad team, guys, the reality is for the most part of this season we've been terrible. We've only played football starting this year, but even against Tottenham, we were poor. We drew that game at OT, but we were poor. We were poor. Whereas we drew, the good games have been the rest of those games that followed after this year. That is the ones we've won. But even against Tottenham at home, the first game of this year, we were poor. The first Premier League game this year, we were poor. This boy has been exposed way too much. He has been made to look bad. I recall the goal is conceded from, I think, was it Leroy Sané or Musiala? I think it was Leroy Sané when we were still in the Champions League. Really, you would see the acres of space we are leaving in the middle. Onana is being made to look bad because of Erik ten Hag's way of style of play. That exposes him a lot. This thing of Erik ten Hag playing with one holding midfielder is making Onana look bad. That the guy has got to take in balls every minute. Take in balls every second. Take in balls. He has made him look bad, but it also made him look good in the last game against Aston Villa, because hadn't it been the spaces that were left because of Kobe Maino being caught offside, caught in the wrong places, maybe he wouldn't have made those magical saves we love to watch. But the thing is, Ten Hag is making Onana look worse than he ever was, he can ever be. For me, the problem of Onana has been Ten Hag's playing style. But I've never felt like Onana is really a bad goalkeeper, honestly. Yes, he failed on the basics and stuff at times, but it's because you get tired, you lose your confidence, you get frustrated. Good evening, my brother, and how is Uganda? This is Badmas Basit. How are you doing, Badmas? Very interesting here. How is Nigeria, brother? How is it going there, that side of Nigeria? Are you good? Good to have you back. So for me, I honestly think these stats have proven what I was always saying here, that even when I would come here and diss Onana, of course, for me, if you make a bad, I'm the most transparent person you will find. Me, I give credit where it's due. I attack you and diss you if I have to when you do bad. But doesn't mean that if you do bad today, you cannot do good tomorrow. When Onana was making baby mistakes, I was calling him out. So don't say I shift goalposts. No. When he was making baby mistakes, I called him out. When he does well, I will say that he was the man of the match. Because yes, for me, it's not personal. It's not personal. Unless you've shown a bad attitude that you don't want to play, like Marcus Rashford for the most part of his time, especially this season, has been showing a bad attitude. Yeah? So unless you do that, I would, but if not, me, I won't have issues with anyone. So Onana had moments where he was the meme, the master of memes, was one of those who was attacking him. So was Harry Maguire. But when these guys are performing, I will come here and say, you see, these guys are performing, and give them their credit. So for Onana, I don't think he's as bad as everyone was making him look. He's a good goalkeeper, a world class, and I've always insisted Onana is a world class goalkeeper who was playing in a mediocre team. So he comes from Inter, which is playing. Inter plays a conservative game where you're not overly exposed. He goes to Erik ten Hag, who plays a completely different game, forgetting that this is the Premier League, the most direct, fastest league in the world. They don't call it the hardest league by mistake. It taught Jose Mourinho to park the bus. It taught Jose Mourinho to park the bus. So, if you don't, so for Onana, I think he's improving now. He has improved for me, and I want to give him all the credit. that he deserves. But yeah, uh, my uh, my my other issue that I wanted to talk about is Sofian Amrabat for a bit. How good or bad is Amrabat? Remember that for Amrabat, every game that we play now counts because we've got a decision to make. And there are people who feel like Amrabat is still, people, we United supporters are so forgiving, we are soft, we are sentimental, we like these players, and even when they are doing nothing, we don't want to talk about them. Right? But if Amrabat does not start on the left back tomorrow, on Sunday rather, if Amrabat doesn't start in left back on Sunday, I will feel more for him because I honestly think his time is almost done at Manchester United. I told you here, I dropped a video of how I thought the Amrabat of Morocco is a shadow of himself at Man U. You saw how he was fighting for every ball, even on the game where he got a silly red card. But when it comes to United, he can barely warrant a start, even when there are struggles. But this is a player who we rated highly. With that sprint that challenge Mbappe. I watched it even today, I think on TikTok or Instagram. And I'm thinking, how does Amrabat sprint and catch Kylian Mbappe like that? So I think Amrabat's time at United is done. It's almost done. He's not good enough. He cannot be part of our rebuild. Whether you like it or not, you can hate me for what I've said, but I think Amrabat will be leaving in the summer. Anolin Aliguma, I feel Maguire Evans don't allow him to be the ball-playing goalkeeper that we knew at Inter. So that again, I feel Maguire and Evans don't allow him to be the ball-playing goalkeeper that we knew at Inter. They don't allow, Maguire and Evans don't allow Onana to be the ball-playing goalkeeper that we knew at Inter. I think he is. I think he is really. And if you count, and I'll try to count against Luton, but the stats should be there. He has many touches on the ball, and I actually love Onana's ball distribution rather. Many times we don't watch a lot of the warm-ups properly because we are watching the analysis and all. But when I was at Old Trafford for the Tottenham game, I saw every minute. I watched everyone. Of course, I mostly watched Kobe Mainu and his warm-up, but I watched the goalkeeper's warm-up. And if there is one thing that Andre Onana is good at, he's a good ball passer. When they were warming up, he came in goal, and Baindil went on the center line, on the edge of the center line. Yeah, the half line. That is called the center line or the half line of the stadium. On the edge where it touches the other line, the other outside line of the pitch, went on the edge of it. The old goalkeeping coach went on the other edge, the other side. At the half line, Onana is in his goal. Now that was their warm-up. So they made a V like this. This is Onana. This is Baindil. This is the goalkeeping coach. Now the warm-up was they kept passing. He kept kicking the ball from himself and passing it to where Baindil is. Baindil passes it back to him. He controls it, passes it to the other guy. And Onana made about maybe 8 kicks, but they were all inch perfect, both with his left and with his right. That ball would go exactly where Baindil is, and he would kick this side with the right. So the right takes it to Baindil, the Baindil kicks it back. His left takes it to this goalkeeping coach. This guy was inch perfect. That's why when you see him starting those counters, that's a very important skill for a modern goalkeeper. That's why Erik ten Hag wanted him, because of how he wants to play. The reality is, it's a very, very important skill for a goalkeeper. But Onana is very good with the ball on his feet. I just told you he was a midfielder before. But his ball playing is good. He's a good goalkeeper. And you see, the way Erik ten Hag wants us to play looks good, though it puts us on pressure. It would be good if it were balanced. For me, that's why I say I don't have issue. She would do that the whole day and looked boring, became boring. There is no pace to it. There is no intention. With Onana and Eric Ten Hag, he passes Onana, passes, takes it back, invites the pressure, then looks for a space where knows when now to switch it and take it up top. Onana is very important on how we play, by the way. When he improves, we will enjoy watching him play. My only issue is how he's covered up in the middle. Badmas, I'm good, bro. Nigeria is good, amazing. But the reason why it looks like Maguire and Evans don't allow him to play that way is because they are also ball passers, especially Maguire. He's also a ball passer, even Evans himself. So they feel like they can do the work he does. They don't want to keep the ball back because we are pressing. So when you send the ball back to the goalkeeper, you're in counter press from the opposition to more to yourself. So if they are good ball passers themselves, then they can as well initiate that attack. They can start it from there, unless it's not going good, and we need now to invite them back, send it back to Onana. They come and invite them a bit more. That's the reason why Ten Hag wants to play like that. It's to invite the pressure. The reason we have a ball playing goalkeeper is you start from the goal, then invite the pressure, then have a chance for a transition. So you're inviting them and creating spaces for strikers. Badmas, bro, I like hearing your voice. Oh, thank you, Basit. Badmas is saying, bro, for me, I want Manchester United to return Amrabat for sure. Let them take him back. He's not. He's a fraud. He hasn't performed. Anolina Riguma, Maguire and Evans fear to receive the ball in majorly tight spaces. I have noticed he plays more of the long balls with these guys in defense compared to Martinez and Varane. That's very true. Maguire, you would understand. Evans has not been, his history he's just learning to be a ball passer. Varane is good with the ball. Martinez, do I need to say anything? But also, I've noticed that he's comfortable. Maguire is comfortable passing the ball to Kobe Mainu in the middle. Even if Mainu is sandwiched by four guys, man, this confidence in Kobe is very. There is a game, was it Everton? There is a ball that Andre Onana passed. It was against Everton, I think. There is a ball that must have been Mainu's debut, I think. Wasn't it Everton in the Premier League? There is a ball that Onana passed to Kobe Mainu at the X, but Mainu had two players each side of him, a player each side of him, and I think one behind. And I'm like, what did Onana just do? But this boy just controlled that ball calmly. That's the day I said, now, this is my boy. Where is my badge? Where is my badge? Whenever I think about this boy like this, I remember my badge. Where is it? Here it is. This boy is such a baller. You're right. Yeah, but would you blame Maguire for fearing to receive balls from Onana? Because receiving the ball with your back, when they are wide, they do it with ease. When they are wide and their body is not, their back is not facing the opposition. When they are not facing him like this, they receive it, and they can receive the ball from the wide areas, from the right, from the left. They are okay. But you see, when you're facing him directly like this, you need to have a certain bit of skill in your feet to be able to receive that ball when there are players around you. You need to have a proper scanning, who is behind me. You need to know how to turn and switch with the ball. So it's a bigger technique that maybe a defender might not really be comfortable with, unless you're a baller like Lisandro Martinez. Martinez is a baller. Martinez, I feel like Martinez can even play midfield. He's such a baller. I feel like one time he can play midfield when we don't have all the midfielders around. He's such a baller. He's so comfortable on the ball. He's a ball passer. His game reading, the way he sees his vision and scanning. He's so, by the way, I've learned in football that this, when they say this guy is a World Cup winner and stuff, it's not. These players are different. These players who win these major competitions are different. You recall that Martinez, I think, for Argentina, he didn't even start all games in the World Cup. And I'm thinking, but also you can ask yourself, how was this short guy playing all these games? But you see, when you win the World Cup, you play in the same team with Messi, your levels will go far up, so high. Martinez's levels are way too high compared to anyone. Martinez and Kobe Mainu, are simply the best players at Manchester United. Simply. You can talk about your Casemiro, you can praise Bruno, you can praise Varane. Martinez is the best player at Manchester United, followed by Kobe. Kobe has the talent, the potential, but Martinez is a different class. It's a class act. It's a different class. He just changes us. So, who is us? I saw a question here. Which one? Which one is your most preferred back four in United in Sunday's game? Me, my preferred back four with the players who are fit. I would go for Amrabat on the left. Go for Varane and of course Maguire in central defense, and have Dalot on the right. Now, whereas Victor Lindelof scored in the reverse fixture, remember he scored the only goal of that game in the reverse fixture. I think that was history. That was way back in November before he got injured. For me, looked better playing in that left back when we did not have Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malaysia. When he had just arrived, I think he played good. You recall the games Amrabat was playing number 3 guy, playing left back. I think he played well. So for me, I would put Amrabat there on the left, then play because let Amrabat be the one who cuts inside. The way Erik ten Hag wants to play with one of the fullbacks cutting inside, the way Diogo Dalot at times comes inside. He didn't do it against Aston Villa. He was disciplined. He kept Diogo Dalot on the right. Now let Amrabat be the one who has to cut inside from the left because he's a midfield. He's a natural midfielder. I think it will ease the pressure on the left. Lindelof was completely flat-footed. I don't even know how we didn't concede a goal with Lindelof playing the way he did for 45 minutes. So for me, I think that is it. But the issue again, and whereas the back four is important, for me, the issue is not who plays in the back four. If Erik ten Hag plays with two holding midfielders, a double pivot, plays with Casemiro on one side, Kobe Mainoo on the other side, keep them disciplined as those two on the right. So long as Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro are playing as the two holding midfielders, the way we played with two holding midfielders, I recall against Liverpool, it won't matter who is in the back line because the back line will be shielded. They will not have so much work to do. The issues come from because if you have two blocking midfielders, either sides, they contribute and support the wing backs, the full backs. Go drift, Casemiro can drift more and support whoever is on Harry Amas on the left. I'm just giving an example, guys. If support Harry Amas on the left, Kobe Mainoo can always go and support Anolina Liguma on the right back. So the issue is in the middle here, is where we shake, and when we shake, we expose the defenses. So then we will need a good defender like Lisandro Martinez. That's why you realize when Lisandro Martinez does a lot of work. He does way too much work for a defender. You ask yourselves, why does he do too much? He's so visible for a defender because he's good at 1v1s, because they keep getting there and he has to cover up to do a lot of defending. But you see, when you have a balanced midfield, the defending will be done. It will become more now game reading. You need to have a proper game reading, manage the game properly. The issue is not who is in the defense. The issue is how the three midfielders are deployed. Instead of putting two of the three midfielders up in front to contribute to the attack, have two disciplined holding midfielders at the base. That is the one thing Erik ten Hag has got to change about his management. You will come back to this conversation, and I will say this every day in my lives. Alfred saying Amrabat must go back. We need hungry players who can push the ball with a lot of quality. Man, Amrabat has no quality. Sometimes I watch Amrabat and I feel like he's not. I think he doesn't have the confidence in himself, honestly. I think we all believe in him more than he does believe in himself when he gets to Carrington. Either he's bullied by Kobe Mainoo, who bullies him. You see a player who plays with his head down. His body language while playing for Manchester United, for me, has never felt like this is a confident player. The player we are all excited to arrive. He doesn't play with that swagger. You see, Onana, even in his worst days, he was playing with this swagger and confidence in himself. Amrabat just doesn't cut it for me. same as Marcus Rashford. So Amrabat does not, he doesn't, it's like he doesn't fit in. He looks like he doesn't fit in, and it's in his head. He doesn't fit. Even when he has the ball, the way he plays, there is no class to his game. He's like a, what we used to call them farmers in our years. I want to call him a farmer. But the Amrabat of Manchester United for me is completely off. Completely doesn't work. Bad must Basit. Manchester United need a centre back like Martinez. Yeah, we need a Martinez is the biggest. Okay, he's perfect. He's complete, but he's a very good man mark. He's very good in 1v1 situations. He just comes up for his lack of height with his brain, his his game reading, his physicality, but also his fears. The fear factor. You see, you just look at you're a striker, you're Haaland, and you just you face Martinez like this, and you're scared. The guy doesn't laugh on the pitch. His face alone is like, ah, man, he's like a villain in a movie. Proper villain, our villain, the butcher, Licha the butcher. But even his name alone, I just love that guy. And the tattoos, then he's short like this, a gang, what? A drug lord. He looks like a drug lord. You've got to fear him. He's like Escobar in the team. So without our Escobar, guys, from today I'm calling Lisandro Martinez Escobar. We don't have our Escobar. Without our Escobar, we're a different team. Alfred Sendwe, Badmas, you are very right, because playing Amrabat on the left wing makes the team weak on that side. For me, honestly, Amrabat must go back. We need hungry. Amrabat in the long term must leave. But for me, instead of playing Lindelof in left back, I would rather play their Amrabat. Guys, recall properly, rewatch these games. The first games Amrabat played for Manchester United, he was playing in the left back, and that is his best football in a Manchester United jersey. For me, that was the best football he ever played in a Manchester United jersey. Unless he has forgotten how to do it. But Lindelof is not yet match fit. Lindelof is not match fit for me. He's not. Guys, I back Amrabat to stay. Remember, we signed him late on match day 3. This guy has the love of United. Moreover, he rejected many clubs. Guys, everyone loves United. I love United more than any of these guys. Should they sign me as well? You see, it's not about the love. Come on, Anolin. No one, we know that he loves United. We appreciate him. But he has failed to perform. He's not good enough. If you're not good enough, we love every player. A half of the players, I think, of the kids who play football today love United because they all idolize Cristiano Ronaldo, percent of them. So we all love Man United, but that cannot be enough for you to stay even when you've been given opportunities, but you're just not good enough. So I would back Amrabat over McTominay. Really? No, I think McTominay. I think if you that statement for me shows that you judge McTominay based on history. But this is a player who has individually won the most points of all players in the Premier League. Need I say that again? Scott McTominay, who we are dissing all season, is the one player who has won the most individual points in the Premier League. His goals have won us 12 points. Put his goals out of our game, would be 12 points shy. His goals have won us 12 points. You cannot tell me you would prefer him to stay over Amrabat to stay over him. That is really unfair, honestly, Anolin. That's extremely unfair. It's you just being African and you're just feeling for Amrabat because he's African. Unfortunately, me, I'm not with you. We differ there. Scott McTominay may not be the most as his boy. Jose Mourinho loves players who have got the heart, the spirit, who fight. Scott McTominay might not be very talented, and he says it himself. At 16 and 18, he never kicked a ball. He never thought he would ever play football. He was almost giving up, but he kept working hard. Now, for me, that humility, but also we see how his hard work has made him improve. How he has the good attitude. For me, if a player is working and working hard to improve, it's like saying Maguire should go because of the mistakes he made. Yet Maguire is consistently proving to be the best defender in the Premier League now. That is unfair. You're judging him on the past, so it's like you mean he can't change and improve, yet he wakes up every day to work hard. No, for me, I think Scott McTominay has improved. My only issue would be him becoming a starter, starting ahead of Casemiro or Kobe Mainu or Bruno Fernandes. Then that would not make sense. But coming off the bench and impacting games, very good. It is very rare. How many teams have dangerous substitutes like that? When did you last see any player you saw that, okay, we have our weapon on the bench? I think the last one was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't recall the last bench weapons. Those players are rare, but they are important because plan A might always fail, but you've got to have someone you look back to on the bench. But you see, we for the longest time had a bench full of Anthony, Amrabat. Imagine you have a bench with Anthony, Amrabat, Victor Lindelof, Baindil. Who else? We had Pelistri, Eriksen. Now, if plan A doesn't work, you look to the bench and the old Scott himself. You look to the bench and there is no one to save a game for you. Now we have got this player who looks like he can save us and continuously. And you're saying we rather let him go and keep Amrabat to do what? To do what? For example, McTominay, I play might play a different number, not a midfielder. Maybe Force he has a good attitude on the goal. He has good instincts, but yeah, for Amrabat, I don't care where they play Scott. For some reason, wherever they play, where they deploy him, he scores goals. So, where he's played may not matter, but he's important. He's become proven to be one of our most important players, yet he's off the bench. So, that's it. So, yeah, thank you so much, guys. So, remember, we signed him on match day 3. What do you mean? We signed him on match day 3. Højlund. Yes, he came on match day 3, but Højlund, I think Amrabat started playing before Højlund or something. All these players, all our signings came late. Most of our signings started late. So that shouldn't be an issue. That should not be an issue. Let us not, create excuses for players who are not performing. Guys, this is Manchester United. You're supposed to perform. You're supposed to work hard and perform. If you don't, be benched. There are kids in the academy. Anyway, thank you so much. We'll meet again tomorrow. Subscribe and let me catch you tomorrow. Badmas, Manchester United need a quality player like Martinez. I am with you. 100%. We need quality players in this team. This is Manchester United. You can't have Amrabat on the bench when Man City's bench has players like Grealish and all these other star players they have. What's that? We can't compete because we feel Amrabat is good. He came 3 games late. What? No, Anolin. You're being too kind. You're being way too kind. Bye-bye, guys.